Good morning and welcome to the very first Mobile Teachers Corner chat. My name is Ashley Nix Lindsley. I am a special education early interventionist, independent now. I have several years of experience in the classroom with pre-K, kindergarten, second grade, and autism students, and I'm now using my knowledge to go freelance, as it were, to help people in the community to better educate their young children and to help new education students who are heading into the field to be able to tackle the challenge of working with diverse students in the classroom. And I hope that this information will be useful to anybody who comes across it, but especially to those parents who are expecting or who have very young children. Basically, today I'm just going to go over a few basic knowledge points about early intervention. This is going to be a very short video. I am going to be having I don't like the glasses glare. I'm going to be having a series of early intervention 411 classes, which you'll be able to find on my website, mobileteacherscorner.square.site, which I will link at the end of this video. And I hope to record the information for people who don't get to make it. Obviously, it's a small class and I'm just starting out, but also for anybody who's just looking for good information about early intervention, special needs, and anything education related. So with that, I'm just going to get to it. I have three basic topics for your essentials. Basically, the first one is, what is early intervention? Early intervention involves anticipating, identifying, and responding to developmental delays in children in order to give them a healthy development cycle and also to minimize future adverse effects that may pop up in the classroom in their development. Early intervention usually includes planned activities and strategies to promote typical development in all areas of life for young children, but especially from birth to age 3. Does every child have to have early intervention? Does every child have developmental delays? Well, no. We are seeing it's very more common in the classroom now, especially after COVID, with children having lots of sensory problems, not knowing how to communicate, not having proper social skills, even from a very young age. But to be honest, I saw the shift in the classroom from 2012 onward. The more children spend on their screens, the more issues they really do have later. So every child does not need early intervention. However, if you are worried about your child's development, especially if they're very young, or if your child does get a lot of screen time under age 2, I would recommend always check with your child's physician. Ask them if they're missing any developmental milestones that you should be concerned about, and if early intervention services are needed. The areas you'd want to be look out for are problems with development and communicating, speaking and listening, sensory problems, coordination, walking or crawling milestones, and self-care routines. This is a really wonderful checklist you can download. It's called the Milestone Checklist from pathways.org. You can also get one very extensive from the CDC website, and possibly also the NAEYC website, but it gives parents something to look at for every month of a child's growth to make sure they're hitting those proper milestones and to alert them if they might be a little bit delayed or if they're missing things completely. That will help you to get ready for school and to see if early intervention is needed. Why is early intervention so vital? Why not wait until they get into school? Well, any educator knows that the first 3 years of life are crucial to a child's development. Parents will know that their children learn so much and grow so much between the age of 0 and 3. It is absolutely amazing how much children absorb at that age, and it's very vital. If children miss developmental milestones during that 0 to 3 first years of life, it'll make it a lot more difficult for them to catch up to their peers in school. They may have even further delays, which would make them fall even further behind or have trouble adjusting to social environments as they progress through the grades. The earlier you implement intervention, the more effective it is. The easier it is for families to take care of all of their children and also to obtain the needed services and therapies that you may need if you do need early intervention services. That gets you into the door to be able to continue receiving special education services while they're in school and down the road. Anything else, I apologize. It's my first video and I'm nervous, but I'm also really excited. If you have any questions about early intervention, please feel free to drop them below. I am going to answer every question that I do get. As I said, this is just a really basic, what do I need to know about early intervention to get started? Some really good websites that you can go to, which I will also link. The First Connections Arkansas, if you're local to Arkansas, it will connect you and inform you about Arkansas early intervention services and centers. The CDC Child Development page gives you a good breakdown of normal child development and how you can also download a really extensive checklist to talk with your doctor about to see if you might need early intervention services. Another website that I, as an early childhood educator, really just absolutely love is NAEYC, the National Association for Education of Young Children. They are like the go-to be-all for any kind of educational research I'm looking for as far as, is this appropriate for children and how they learn. This right here is a great resource for teachers or people wanting to make sure that their child is receiving ethical treatment and education. It's called NAEYC, Ethics in the Early Childhood Educator. I got this through one of my master's degree classes. Please, 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 please get one. It is fantastic for research purposes. It's fantastic for knowing what lines you should not cross and what lines you need to be able to cross in the classroom as an early childhood educator in the case of if you're being asked to do something that is not developmentally appropriate for the child, or if there are any gray areas about making sure a child gets services that you think they need. This right here is like the early childhood educator's Bible, but it's really, really informative. The other website I would recommend is the Department of Education Individuals with Disabilities Act page. There's a lot on there, but it will give you a breakdown about if you think your child may be disabled or be entitled to some kinds of services to help, financial services to help you get them the therapies that they need. That's a great website for you to go to and to browse as well. I'm also really excited about this. I'm just about to dig into the first chapter. I was looking for a book on early intervention for this session, and this popped up on my feed, Autism in Education, The Way I See It by Dr. Temple Grandin. She is, of course, on the spectrum and has huge insight into how children learn. The very first chapter is about the importance of early intervention and why you need to do it early. And all I'm going to do is read to you the very first paragraph that introduces the chapter. And it says that the best thing a parent of a newly diagnosed child, or you can even put in there a child yet to be diagnosed, can do is to watch their child without preconceived notions and judgments and learn how the child functions, acts, and reacts to his or her world. If you understand how your child takes in information and how they don't take in information, that can be very helpful to you as a parent or teacher to know what they need and to reach them in areas that may be difficult. I really can't wait to dig into this book. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to read while talk. I can't wait to dig into this book, and I hope to share some highlights from it. I talk really fast. I hope this is useful to somebody. Please feel free to reach out and comment. You can also follow me, Mobile Teachers Corner, on Facebook, and I am happy to communicate with you there. And at the end of this video, you can find a link to my website. I'll be posting the handout that I read and some other free resources related to earlier intervention as I have the classes. So please feel free to reach out to me there as well if you need a custom resource or need access to early intervention services. Please feel free to reach out to me. Again, this is Ashley, and this has been a Mobile Teachers Corner very first chat. Thank you.